Good clap. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Up and In Show. It's been a minute, and this might be one of the last ones on the purple couch. I have a familiar face, someone I haven't been on camera with in a long time, but happy to have her on again. Abby Alonzo, thank you for joining me.
Wait, last one on the purple couch?
Well, in the shop, maybe.
In the shop.
Yeah, there's some big things coming that we're going to talk about today. Some good stuff coming we're excited about.
You know what's crazy? Last week, I watched our first Up and In.
Really?
From
Oh, wow.
August.
Right when you first got
it's
here?
What we were talking about and kind of where we're at now. It's crazy to see.
Ooh, all right. Maybe we can
You'll have to go back and watch it.
I was just going to say, maybe we can pull some clips from it and
that's a good idea.
overlay some of the stuff we're going to talk about today. But first and foremost, we want to thank 7-3 Distilling and some of our great sponsors. They are the makers of this St. Rock vodka that I have on my hat. I guess I'm looking at this camera here, but if you guys don't know, they are the official vodka of the Bayou Traditions Collective, which means that you guys can buy some vodka and there's portions of the proceeds that go back into the collective that support our LSU athletes. So if you guys are an LSU fan, you guys can indirectly support them and the collective and that kind of stuff. We wouldn't be able to do this without Rejuvenate Medical, our friends here in Baton Rouge, the anti-aging clinic. If you go over there and mention my last name, Ranaudo, Ranaudo, you guys get a little discount on your blood work and your first lab work. They're great people over there. I've been going to them for years. Can we make this a little cleaner?
I know.
Why is it upside down? We don't want a frowny face.
Well, it's fine. I went to pick up the pillow and then realized the back of my earring was also on the couch.
Unbelievable. So. Wow.
It's been a day.
And I was complimenting your earrings earlier, too.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Sometimes the backs just come off.
Sorry. But yeah, we were talking about our sponsors that have made this show possible so far, and I'm extremely grateful for them. But we are going to add some exciting new sponsors to the list, and we are going to be doing some more content together. So you've done an incredible job since you've come on board. We talked about it, on my first episode that I had you on and some of the plans that we had, but I've given you a lot of creative freedom, and you've done a great job building out Valley Vision, which is a LSU sports and culture show that you are the host of, and, started in football season, has rolled into basketball, gymnastics, and all the winter sports, and now baseball season. We have some incredible opportunities. So first and foremost, I'm grateful for you and your efforts and all that you've done, for our business and help the media side of things. But there's some really fun stuff coming in the future too. So
yeah, I'm so excited. I'm like itching to talk about it. Thank you. Also, I know you said you give us creative freedom here, so I couldn't do that without you.
Yeah.
But you did mention baseball. Baseball season's going now.
It is. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, they're in the mix. They're already in Houston, and yeah.
But we're doing some exciting stuff. If you've watched Valley Vision, I've teased it. Valley Vision's on a little bit of a hiatus because we're making some big changes. But can I announce it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so next week on March 6th, LSU Baseball plays Southeastern at 6 o'clock. And we will be launching our first on-site live show of Beyond the Box.
Right.
An LSU baseball show. So after the games, we'll be rolling at Don Juan Cigar Bar on Wednesday following the final out of the game. And it'll be me, Anthony, and we'll also be joined by Cade Beloso to analyze the game and talk about y'all's time and maybe share some stories that we haven't necessarily heard about LSU baseball.
Not all of them, but
not all of them. I'm sure we'll get some great content.
Yeah, there'll be good stuff. There'll be good laughs and antics and stuff like that. But
I'm pumped just because this is the first time that we're gonna have like a consistent show in the community to where we can connect with the people who watch on YouTube and kind of build a brand and get the awareness out there of what Valley Vision is. Because it's not just a live news show of LSU sports, right? We're doing the athlete interviews and we're shooting around with Anissa Morrow and hitting off the tee with Cigar Briggs while interviewing. We're doing now on-site shows that allow us to connect with fans and bring the experience to other people and just really highlight LSU sports culture. So I'm pumped.
Yeah. And also, we're going to do Sunday, right? A couple days later. We're
yeah,
gonna do it
I know.
Modesto.
I got ahead.
I'm getting
Wednesdays or midweeks are going to be at Don Juan Cigar Bar, which we set up yesterday, and the setup is so cool. That's such an awesome interior.
Yeah.
And
so if you guys like cigars, you guys like higher end whiskey and alcohol and that kind of stuff. I think 7-3 Distilling is putting they're going to get some of their stuff in there as well. So if you guys enjoy, a nice evening drink or a cigar, you guys got to make sure that you come join us. If you haven't been to Don Juan's, it's an absolute unbelievable environment. The way they've set it up, I love it in there. I'm a cigar guy.
Yeah.
And so, we're going to be breaking down the game. We're going to be trying to interact with the community. And like Abby said, telling some fun stories.
And the same thing on Sundays at Modesto. We're going to be out on that turf area, I believe.
Yep. Right outside, I think right outside front, I think Ozzy said.
Yeah. And how nice on a Sunday afternoon just to talk LSU baseball, talk about the series that just happened, and again, just kind of cut it up.
Yeah, we're going to try to have special guests on there. We don't know if Cade's going to be able to do every episode with us. We're still trying to iron out some of the details, but we might be getting in some college analysts, former college baseball players, former LSU baseball players, again, to tell stories, kind of recap the weekend, preview the week coming up. Obviously, if you guys don't know, I did play college baseball. I did play at LSU,
Really?
played professionally. Yeah. If you guys are watching the show, I'm sure you guys know. But and so we've kind of had this Beyond the Box as a brand underneath, our media company and Cards and Culture. It first started with Paul Maneri when he first retired. He was my coach at LSU, and we did some episodes with Kylie Maris, who was the granddaughter of Roger Maris, who has some obvious baseball blood in her. And they had a really cool show, and we jumped on and told college baseball stories and broke down college baseball. And now it's transformed, and the changes that Abby was talking about, we're really going to double down on the retail experience here with Cards and Culture and some of the collectibles, the autographs. We're going to be working with some LSU athletes and some other athletes individually. So this space will be used strictly for retail, starting 2 weeks from now. And in some exciting news, Abby's going to take over our media side of things, and Valley Vision is really going to be this brand that is going to, grow and cultivate, and she's going to take it over as a woman-owned business. And we're going to grow Valley Vision where, just like we have Beyond the Box as a baseball, storytelling underneath that umbrella. Hopefully in the future, we're going to get other former athletes, to tell stories about gymnastics and softball and, basketball and other sports and that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to see Abby grow as a businesswoman. It kind of runs in her blood. Her mom runs a construction company, and she's a badass woman. So I'm excited to see you grow. But this is really exciting news from me to be able to share this with you and with all my followers and listeners and subscribers and all that stuff. So I'm excited to see you do this.
Again, Up and In still around. It's
going
not
to be
just
underneath
Valley Vision.
No, it's going to be underneath your umbrella.
Yeah.
That's kind of the, obviously I'm still going to
I'm running the ship.
Yeah, I'm going to still own part of it, obviously. And but I really want to double down in the retail space. We had an incredible year in 2023, and I'm really excited about some new partners that I have coming in to, wow, I might sneeze. I don't think I've ever sneezed on a podcast, and I might actually sneeze.
You look like you've been fighting a sneeze for a minute.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I think I made it go away. So she's gonna take over the media side of things. Again, we had some changes internally that have happened just by circumstance and the way that business goes. And I think Abby is primed for this opportunity. She's absolutely been killing things. We have some great sponsors that are going to help us get off the ground and kind of start this with us. So there's really some really good things coming up in 2024. And I think obviously baseball season is a great opportunity. They won the national championship last year. There's some great attention around LSU sports right now. So she's got kind of an open field and a lot of access to things. And I'm excited to see how you roll with it.
I know we have to keep this short and sweet because we do have very busy schedules considering all the changes, but this being a show about kind of diving deep into topics like this and to be transparent, I'm getting thrown into something that I don't necessarily have all kinds of experience in, right? And that's scary, but also exciting. It's a challenge, and I think if you want to be successful and you want to have a platform that inspires other people and motivate and be a keynote speaker and just have this purpose and do meaningful work, you have to face these types of challenges and get thrown into the fire and figure it out, because that is where you learn, and that is how you have merit to be able to turn around to the next person and say, you can do this. I did it. This is where I went through all of these things. This is where I landed. You can do the same thing. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and we'll take it moment by moment.
That's it. That's all you can do. And that's what I kind of told you. We talk about it all the time, and just like when you played high school softball and we're getting ready to maybe play at the next level in college, right? Every skill set that you acquired, you never knew how to do it until you did it. And then once you did it, you were like, oh, this is actually not as scary as I thought, or right. And we were talking about throwing off the wrong foot or hitting a certain type of pitch, right? Or for me, throwing a curveball or pitching in the major leagues. You're nervous about doing it until you do it, and then you just get good at it because you repeat it and you figure out, and you got to fail, and you're gonna fail. It's gonna happen. Yeah. You're gonna make mistakes, but as long as you learn from them, that's what I was telling you earlier was, I've messed up so many times. How many times has this business taken different shapes and forms, right? And we have a successful business. I have great people that work here. And we learn through that stuff. And it allows me, like you just said, to be able to pass this down onto you. And when you were doing stuff yesterday, I told you I wanted to help you with everything at Don Juan. But I was like, you know what? You're going to be able to do this. And you got to be able to do it on your own. And you did. And you killed it, right?
Yeah. Just to share what we're talking about, this whole set in Cards and Culture had to be packed up and brought to Don Juan and then reset. I don't know what wires go to what. So yesterday, Trinity, who is one of our interns now at Valley Vision, she's awesome. When y'all get to see her work, she's great. But she and I are taking pictures of wires and trying to remember where everything went. And we got to Don Juan. It took us 50 minutes to set everything up. We pack it up. We come back. We have to reset it, right, in the shop. Takes us 25 minutes.
There it is.
It's growth, baby.
Progress already.
I mean, in an hour.
Yep.
So, yeah. But going off the failure thing, you don't fail unless you stop trying, right?
Yep.
Failure is good. You learn where your weaknesses are. You learn where you can grow, and then it just pushes you closer and closer to your end goal.
Yep.
So I think you had a podcast with Cole Freeman, and I was in the back editing, but I overheard, get excited to fail because it just pushes you closer to where you want to go.
Yep. As long as you don't look at it as detrimental to your growth, or you get too scared about things, about that failure, or judge yourself, or worry about other people's opinions, failure is great. It's a great lesson. And that's where you can't be afraid to fail. And as long as you use it as a tool to get better and to keep growing and keep climbing, right? Like if you look at successful stocks, there's always a drop. There's always a drop, but it's just always a bigger bounce back, right? So as long as the line's going this way, that's all that matters. And so far so good in my business here and in life and all that stuff. And again, there's ups, there's downs. And as long as you stay in that middle way and find opportunities to grow through the mistakes and through the failure and stuff like that, then failure is never really the end of things until, like you said, you quit or you stop doing it. So
we're pumped if you can't tell.
Yeah, pumped. And there's some great sponsors, like we said, and there's some things in the works. And we're grateful for everybody that supported, us, our shows, my shop, everything. If you guys have supported this podcast, we couldn't do it without you guys, the subscribers, the followers, the likes, the shares, all that good stuff. So please come out and join us when we announce, where we're going to be. But again, we're going to be at Don Juan's on Wednesdays and Modesto's on Sundays. There's still some opportunities for some other local pop-ups that we might be doing, involving this great community of, LSU fans and people that enjoy collectibles and like sports news and really like Abby and myself and everything. And we think we're pretty down to earth people. We like to eat and drink and have some fun. So please come and join us, and take part in the conversation, join in the comments, all that kind of stuff. The more, the better. So thank you guys. We wouldn't be able to do it without y'all.
Short and sweet, to the point.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Man, we got shit to do.
I love it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.